Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute. Smackdown on 6/19 of 2003. We're in San Antonio, Texas. You know what that means, right?
Shawn Michaels is there?
It means we are in John Bradshaw Layfield's
Cowboy country.
Cowboy country. That is correct, sir. And so, you would think that with us being in Bradshaw's home area, we'll open the show with Bradshaw. He's got some explaining to do, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, we hear the Mac Militant music, and Teddy Long is making his way out to the ring, and he calls Bradshaw John.
Ooh, using his government name.
And so this is the first time anybody other than Bradshaw himself has called him the character John Bradshaw Layfield. And so John says, when he comes out, he says to Teddy, he's like, I know you want answers, but I have to tell not just you, but everybody something first. He says, I may have been Texas born, and I may have been Texas bred, but I'll be damned if I'm Texas dead.
Damn.
He says, he says from this point on, everybody needs to know that not just John Bradshaw Layfield, but the entire LLC, the Layfield League of Champions, we operate straight from Wall Street, from New York, and he even acknowledged, he said, I wrote Have More Money Now, and I didn't just write that book to brag about how that I'm smart enough to beat the stocks. Yeah. No, I did it to motivate people, and so that's what I did. Rodney Mack, he wouldn't listen to me. Teddy, you never listen to me.
Yeah.
And Ron's out here living off his legacy from what? 1994?
Oh.
Come on.
The disrespect.
He says, get the hell out of my ring, and I can't wait to get the hell out of Texas. As Bradshaw is doing this, that his henchmen surround Teddy. Obviously, that being all of the LLC.
Of course.
This allows John at this point to brag about all of his men. He says, Maven, won the first Tough Enough. But this man, he's an absolute Maven. He's Maven.
Maven's a Maven.
Maven Huffman. He was teaching the youth of America, and they didn't respect him, but I do. He says, Billy Kidman, he was innovating in World Championship Wrestling, and ever since it closed down and it merged with the World Wrestling Federation, he has not been treated right, but Billy Kidman, you will be taken to the top, I guarantee it. But most people here, you don't even know or acknowledge Danny Holiday, Doug Basham, Orlando Jordan. These are the future of the wrestling business. And while I'm talking about the future, I want to prove here and now, tonight, I'm calling out the so-called best first generation. Kevin Nash, you may have beaten Rodney Mack, but we all know that was no problem at all. You can't beat JBL. You can't beat John Bradshaw Layfield. And so I'm challenging you right here, right now, tonight. So Teddy, he makes his way out and away. And that's when the BFG come out. And it's crazy because Scotty and Booker are coming out with Kev, but they have 5 people to contend with.
Yep. I'd say 2-on-5. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
Scott Steiner's a genetic freak, so really that 2-on-5 becomes like a 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah, and
normal
so,
situation.
you know, Booker's pretty big himself too, so it's like it might even be even odds at this point. But Bradshaw does beat Kevin here in this match, and it's not even very close because Kevin's on his way out and JBL's on his way up, so it's not really anything
the best combination.
It's not even anything to wonder or worry about.
It ain't no big thing.
But you know one of my favorite tropes of my version of wrestling, and that's the bleed over segment. We did it from 1 to 2. Let's do it from 2 to 3. John grabs the mic and he says, "It was so good. You saw it. Everything went right, and that's how it's going to be here for the LLC." And he says, "Come here, Billy." Puts his arm around him. He says, "Kidman, what do you want?" He puts the mic in his face. He says,
Hey.
"Competition." He says,
Close
"Competition."
enough.
And so John says, "Anybody, any cruiserweight, stand up and get knocked down." And so I probably shouldn't have said stand up because we hear stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. And so this Billy Kidman versus Shane Helms match is among the best cruiserweight action that has ever existed in the history of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide.
Got it.
Because Sugar Shane Helms and Billy Kidman are,
Can go.
oh my goodness, great cruiserweight wrestlers.
Absolutely.
But, again, there are 5 men on the outside of the ring, and the Hurricane, he flies solo.
That he does.
And
A true hero.
Like a true hero, I love that. It might even lead to him putting a league together all his own as the year goes on. But Billy Kidman is able to win because Danny Basham, or Danny Holiday, Doug Basham, Orlando Jordan, Maven, Huffman, and JBL all do their best to distract the referee, trip up Hurricane, do anything it takes to make it so that Billy wins, and Billy does win. So this time, post-match, once again, JBL, Billy gets out of the ring, joins all the crew, and John, he sends Maven over to the ring announcer. He said, "Go give me that mic." JBL, he's still out here, he's laughing up, he's having a good time. He says, "Ha ha ha! It's a proven, we're a proven commodity. It's a proven fact. There's no doubt about it. The LLC, Layfield League of Champions, winners, nonstop, all day long."
Yep.
And he says, "It's time for the whole world to see Orlando Jordan, Danny Holiday, Doug Basham. It's going to be 3-on-3 action. Who thinks they're man enough to take on the Layfield League of Champions?" And wouldn't you know it, this is the first time of the night that it's heels who accept the challenge.
Huh.
So it is Jack Johnny, Vascular Val, and Magic Mark, the Iron Addict, coming out to take on the Layfield League of Champions.
Yep.
And here's the crazy thing. Yes, it's 3-on-3, but the 3 guys in the ring also have 3 guys on the outside of the ring working on their behalf. And so, as the match is going on, as the Iron Addicts are taking on the LLC, wouldn't you know it, Jamie Noble, that hard-headed, that headstrong wrestler, can't help but make his way out. But as he fights off JBL, so Jamie Noble, he ain't here to play.
Of course.
So John Bradshaw Layfield is Hugh friggin' Mungus.
Yes, I've seen him.
He gets kicked in the
Face.
nether regions.
Oh, okay.
And he's down selling.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Maven comes at Jamie, eats a headbutt.
Cool.
And so the only man that's left of the group because is Kidman, yes. And so as he goes to swing his championship at Jamie ducks and then puts an armbar on Kidman, and he's now selling his arm as Jamie slides into the ring, and because he wants to get his hands on the LLC, he strikes Danny Holiday first to get to the guys he actually wants to die.
Yeah.
And so the LLC once again win, but this time by disqualification. And so Jamie, like I said, he strikes Holiday. As Basham runs at him, he throws him out of the ring, and he, let's just say he tosses Orlando into the corner, runs at him with a headbutt. But while this is happening, that's when the Iron Addicts get away, and so Jamie isn't able to get his
Iron Addicts.
Yeah, exactly, his revenge on the guys he has beef with. But it does make Jamie look nice and strong, and the LLC continue their winning ways.
Indeed.
And so this is the first segment of the show without the LLC in it, and it is Shannon Moore with Matt Hardy and Crash Holly making their way out to the ring. We're finally getting a little bit of peace here, if you will.
Yeah, give it 5 minutes.
Then you hear Bill Goldberg's theme song, Spear Jackhammer, Shannon Moore loses.
It was literally 5 minutes.
Post-match, we have a on-screen graphic along with Taz and Cole talking about how in 2 weeks it'll be the return of the Great American Smackdown.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so it's a red, white, and blue theme.
Yeah.
We're getting close to the 4th of July.
At first I was like, is this a person? No. I mean the actual show.
Yeah, the show, Great American Smackdown.
Gotcha.
And so after that, we see the LLC, Layfield League of Champions, in the backstage area. And here, JBL is just putting over everybody, everything, all of the stuff. He's like, Holiday, you got your first win. Doesn't matter how you got it. You're in the win column. Kidman, come on now. Can you believe it? You impressed everybody, me especially. That's what's important. And so John, he says to Maven, he says, look me in the eye. You're an absolute Maven. You got this. Maven Huffman, you're going to go down in history tonight. Believe you me, you got this. The main event match. The television champion, Rey Mysterio, defends against Maven Huffman, and Maven defeats Rey Mysterio to win the television championship. And while Eddie has been aggressive, while Eddie has been upset, Eddie is no match for 5 other men when he tries to get to the ring. Now, he does his best. He takes out Holiday, takes out Basham, he takes out Jordan, but when it's JBL and it's Eddie, they're going at it on the outside. He can't get there in time to stop Kidman from costing Mysterio the match and Maven from winning the title. And so on the first SmackDown, where the Layfield League of Champions has been a full-fledged faction, there is a champion in the LLC, and that is Absolute Maven Huffman.
Absolute Maven. I love that.
And so, it was a way to make all the losing make sense for Kidman and for Maven. It's a way to elevate Basham, Holiday, not Danny Basham, and Orlando Jordan. It's just a way to make it all make sense and to emphasize what makes Bradshaw the best, and that being a dastardly better than you heel.
Yeah, about right.
And so Ray defeated so many big guys, but he went through so many big guys, and even
we got out of wrestle these shrimps.
Well, what I was going to say is he even lost to Brock Lesnar on Sunday in a way that was almost his own style, cruiserweight style. And so when he with the shoe,
with the finish,
the finish. That's what I mean. And so Maven, again, this is a way to make it all make sense. Maven didn't win the cruiserweight title on Sunday, but he did win the television title here on SmackDown.
Works out for him.
Appreciate you.